Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the TutorABC webinar. My name is Carrie, for those of you who don't know me, and for those of you who do, I see some familiar faces. For those of you who do, it's great to have you back in my session again. It's always great to see my old students coming back for more lessons. Now, so without further ado, let's start our session for this evening. And our topic today is how to master the art of communication. Now, I've seen some talks before we started the lesson. It's actually a very difficult but very important session, all right? Because every day people have to communicate. So, without further ado, let's start looking at communication. Okay? An ancient proverb says, "The tongue has the power of life and death. The tongue of the wise brings healing, while reckless words pierce like a sword." Okay? This is actually a very wise ancient proverb. Now, let me explain this proverb. Before I start, who agrees with this proverb? Who agrees with the saying? Do you think this is a very wise saying? Yes, Evelyn, John? Okay? Very good. All right? True, very true. Okay, most people agree with the saying. And Thomas says you do not really understand. Yes, no problem. Let me explain the proverb to you, okay, Thomas? So, it says the tongue. The tongue here doesn't mean the tongue, all right? It doesn't actually mean your tongue. It means the language. Okay, the tongue here means language or words. Words spoken, all right? The word spoken is actually very powerful. It can either have life or death, meaning it can actually bring people to life, or actually it can be very lethal. All right? Lethal meaning it could harm you. It could be very lethal as well. Okay? All right. The tongue of the wise brings healing. All right? The tongue of the wise brings healing, meaning if you go to a person and perhaps you're very sad, and the wise says some comforting words to you, which makes you feel much better, and then you can continue another day. All right? Then the tongue of the wise could bring healing to your soul. Okay? Bring healing to your soul. While reckless words here means offensive or harmful words. All right? Harmful. Reckless means inconsiderate or offensive. Okay? It could mean inconsiderate or offensive words. For example, if I get angry and I tell maybe my boyfriend or my loved ones how much I hate them, those are reckless words because those are said at the heat of anger. I don't actually mean them. So those are reckless words, very inconsiderate. Okay? So these inconsiderate, sometimes even if you don't mean it, but to the ears of the listener, those are like piercing sword. Sword is like a knife. Alright? Sword is like a knife. Okay? So make sure before you say your words, make sure you think twice before you say it. Because sometimes once it's said, it cannot be taken back. I'm sure you all agree, right? Okay? You all agree that once words are said, you cannot take them back. So think twice before you say the words. Okay, I've got a question here. What is pierce? Pierce meaning to go through. Okay? To poke through. Poke through. So if you have inconsiderate words, it will be like a knife through a person's heart. Okay, very painful. So be careful before you use very inconsiderate words. Alright? So do most people agree with this ancient proverb? Do you agree with? Okay, very good. Now, what we're going to do next is we're going to look at mastering the art of communication. So to master the art of communication is one of the most important skills that you can develop, because you have to talk to people every day, right? And also, it is one of the key determinants of your success in life and at work. Determinant Determinant means the factor deciding. The deciding factor. Deciding factor. So, whether you're able to communicate decides whether you're going to be successful in life or at work. So pay attention, right? So in this lesson, we're going to look at useful communication techniques and help you improve your style of communication. So hopefully by the end of this lesson, you'll all be very good communicators. Alright? Now, let's look first at the purpose of communication. Okay? Purpose of communication. Why do we communicate? Before we want to master the art of communication, we have to understand its purpose. What is the purpose of communication? Any ideas? Can I get some ideas? What is the purpose of communication? Why do we want to communicate? You can type your ideas in the box, and let me see your ideas. Okay? Why do you want to communicate? Yes, very good, Johnny. Okay? To exchange your thoughts, to share your ideas, very good. To get information, yes, very good. To let people, yeah, absolutely. Okay, these are all great reasons for communicating. Alright, and to solve the problem, absolutely. Alright, so these can be broken down into